Okay, Python operators, maybe not too complicated. We can add numbers together, and we can add things together or multiply or divide, etc., and save them as a variable. Let's look at the next ones, arithmetic operators. Okay, so here we have some more interesting ones. So addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. Those ones aren't too surprising, but we're going to talk about modulus, look at an example of exponentiation and floor division. I'll open a Jupyter notebook. Maybe by now you're getting used to going over and opening that up. I've got an old one open. I'll open a new one. So we have, we can do things like 3 times 7. And I can either run that cell directly, which gives me 21, or I can say, yo, print 3 times 7. And that also gives me 21. So this is a little bit confusing, that when we're working with a notebook environment like this, it just gives us the output. But I'll keep demoing with that functionality. So if I do 4 divided by 3, I get what you expect, which is, 4 1/3. If I do 4 and then floor division, what happens is it rounds it down. Okay, so it sort of chops off everything after the decimal point. It's a little trickier than that because even if I use something called a float, so not just an integer, but something with a decimal point that we call those floats, I'm going to end up with 1.0. So it still throws away everything after the decimal point, but it keeps the type. So there's some rules of like, if one of the values is a float value, then everything in the calculation becomes a float. Okay, that's just an aside. Okay, we can also do exponentiation. So 4 to the power of 2 gives me 16. I can also use modulo. So say I was dividing 13 by 10, I get 1.3. But if I do modulo, what I get is I get that remainder. That's the big idea. And that's the main case where we use it. There are some weird things where, like, if the divisor is negative, then I actually get that -7. Or if I did -13 mod 10, there I get 7. If I have a negative on this divisor, I'll always get a negative here in my result. But if my divisor is positive, then I'm always going to get a positive value. So you can think about this as like, if I know I need to get a positive value, it's kind of like 2 times 10 minus 13 gives me a remainder of 7. And that's important that actually I can be dividing by it multiple times. Let's take something like 1003 mod 10. That is still just 10 because I could have 100's 10s. That's how many fit if I say 1003 divided by 10. That gives me 100.3. So the floor division would give me just the 100. The modulo gives me that remainder. Okay, one last piece is some of these shorthand for assignment operators. So if I can create a variable like x is going to be 3, and now if I print x, it's going to be 3. There's some weird things I'll show you where even if I delete that line, it still works to print x, even though I can no longer see the code that produced it. I'll get us back into a normal situation of like, hey, x is 8, and I can print x, and it's 8. Okay, great. It's really common where we're saying, instead of assigning x a literal value, I want to be like, look up the value or read the value of x and then add 2 to it, okay? And so here, my new x value, hopefully you can guess it, is going to be 10. Okay, well, doing things like that where we're assigning the value to x, and we're first looking up or reading, so we're writing to that one, and then we're looking up or reading that one, and then maybe I'm adding 5. Now, if I print x, it's going to be 15. That's so common that they've actually added a structure for it. So here is plus equals 3, and that is equivalent to saying x equals x plus 3. Let's see that x is now 18. Okay, so I think you can always just write it out like this, but we'll want you to be able to read code that uses that shortened version.